Hi, in this video, we will have a detailed look at the contents of the equity part in the balance sheet of the company. We'll check out which part of the balance sheet comprises equity first. Now, if you see here, the part of the balance sheet comprising equity is 1. Shareholders funds and 2. Share application money pending allotment. Let's begin with shareholders funds. Shareholders funds comprise of share capital, reserves and surplus, and money received against share warrants. Now, share capital, we've already learnt about the meaning of share capital, the kinds of share capital, as well as disclosure of share capital in company's balance sheet in the course on issue of shares. So, we will not go into detail right now on this. We'll continue with reserves and surplus. What is the meaning of reserve? Reserves means amount set aside out of profits and other surpluses which are not earmarked in any way to meet any particular liability known to exist on the date of the balance sheet. So, this means that reserves is an amount which is set aside of profits, but it is in general to strengthen the financial position of the company or to meet any future commitments. It is not set aside to meet any specific liability. The examples of reserves and surplus: capital reserve, capital redemption reserve, securities premium reserve, debenture redemption reserve, revaluation reserve, share options outstanding account, other reserves such as sinking fund, and surplus balance of statement of profit and loss. In case it's a debit balance, the loss has to be shown as a negative figure. Now, the last item here, surplus balance of statement of profit and loss. Let's go into detail on what this means. So, let's deal with the surplus. Now, what is surplus? That is statement of profit and loss. It refers to the balance of profit remaining after all appropriations towards reserves and dividend. The formula to arrive at the balance of this surplus is equal to, we will take the opening balance of the surplus and add the profit for the current accounting period. In case it's a loss, we will deduct it. And also, we will deduct all appropriations towards reserves and dividend. Now, the final answer we arrive, if it's a positive figure, it will be shown as a positive figure itself against surplus under the head reserves and surplus. On the other hand, if the answer is a negative figure, it will be shown as a negative figure itself under the head reserves and surplus. We've already checked out reserves and surplus. Let's move on to money received against share warrants. Share warrants are financial instruments which will be converted into equity shares at a later date at a predetermined price. Since they are to be converted into shares at a later date, they are shown under shareholders funds. The second part, share application money pending allotment. Under this head, the share application money which is received by the company against which the company will definitely allot the shares is shown. Now, this situation will arise only if the allotment of shares is made after the date of the balance sheet. So we've checked out the equity or shareholders funds part of the balance sheet in this video.